Hello and welcome to the party here at Paradox Bully Games. Today we start our series of episodes from our Christmas-themed session. But things are not just happy and joyous. In fact, things are quite grim and dark, where people are cynical and miserable, and corporations see Santa as a threat rather than a blessing. Our characters are either some type of maniacal toy come to life, or a rampaging animal with a chip on their shoulder, all of whom have some kind of beef with Santa. This adventure is actually quite a popular one found on Reddit. Link to that original post can be found in the description. Just a heads up that later in the session, the audio for my microphone changes. There looks like there was some sort of technical difficulty where the signal for my mic was cut off, and I didn't notice during. So when you get to that part in later episodes, it's not you, it's me. If you like this type of content, please be sure to give us a like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Minus the technical issues, maybe. And now, please enjoy the Night Before Wintermas. The world is not a happy place. A trip to the countryside means being torn apart by a pack of monsters. A good month means that only 1 or 2 villagers have died painfully. Being fit and healthy means you still have at least half your working teeth. And it's perhaps not surprising that the children here are tough. They're tough, cynical little bastards. Ask any kid if Santa was real, and they will laugh at you before they try to steal your coin purse. But the parents, they know better. Wintermas has always been a day of celebration, a day to gather around the fire, to eat and to drink. But the presents are a mystery. Not long ago, beautiful little toys and sweet treats and cookies have all started appearing at every house across the land. Every Wintermas morning, without fail. All of them labeled from Santa. Most people, they love these presents. They see it as a blessing and they accept it as such. But there are others who see competition. It is currently the night before Wintermas. You're all huddled under a large stone archway. There is this archway is in front of a very tall, yet relatively narrow, 5-story tower. The wind is howling and the thick snow obscures your vision beyond just a few meters. On this door that you are next to, this small little archway, it's probably about 10 by 10, you're all huddled in here, and there is a door. There is a solid, heavy wooden door. On the door is a brass plaque that says, Happy Joy Toy and Tobacco Company. Northern Region Headquarters, Frosthold. Your interview is in about 5 minutes. And obviously, due to the small party that is now gathered, you weren't the only ones to answer the call. You have all been offered, or at least selected, to interview for a job. As you're waiting there, after just a few minutes, the cold wind howling, the door opens, seemingly by itself. It opens up to this very dimly lit little causeway. Probably goes another 20 feet inward. What would we like to do now?
So we're just waiting our turn to be interviewed.
You are here. You answered a job posting, and you're here for an interview for that job. And you have now seemingly been invited in.
Are there other people besides?
Just the four of you currently.
Okay. So, Sylvester is actively terrorizing all three of these people. He's conjuring little illusions, trying to like read what he thinks you guys would be scared of, altering his own appearance to be like scary monsters, bending and contorting his body in such a way that would be like completely just like grotesque and gruesome. And all the while he has this creepy like shit-eating grin literally plastered across his face.
So, the door is open. What else would we like to do?
Well, I'm gonna walk in, Evie the Elf, put my hat on.
Nice.
I'm going to laugh at you, little puppet. You think that scares me? I've been through more hell than you could ever imagine. I'm just gonna brush this off, ignore whatever he's throwing at me, and walk around and keep looking.
Okay.
Ignore.
Okay. So, Evie is walking in. Okay. Anyone else?
I think Meen-won has not clocked that you are not one of the toys that is made and sold by this company yet. So he's gonna like kind of like side eye you like that's a freaky little thing they're selling and follow Evie into the office.
Okay.
Champ would break his stoic stance of just watching everything, especially this one. Annoyed by him, completely unconcerned with the doll. As he's just run the dagger through his hands, just not even thinking about it, just watching this one. And the door opens. They proceed to go in, and he's thinking to himself, Christ, I don't know what I could possibly be doing here to be called with these three. What do we have in common? Well, I had nothing better to do.
Okay.
So I'd follow as well.
All right. So we are all entering.
Yeah, when Sylvester the little boy realizes that his scare antics have had minimal effect on these other potential applicants, he's going to take a second. When everyone has gone through the door, he's going to turn towards the nearest wall and smash his face into it. And then collect himself and tidy his like tattered, dirty little like red robe that he wears and just traipse in.
Okay.
Does that do any damage to his face?
Probably not. Probably
Because
not.
for a second I was thinking creepy porcelain doll with a
A
crackle, kind of going.
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't think he would have done any damage.
Okay. Very good. So as you all enter this this short little hallway into the tower, you see a couple of posters along the wall. A couple of them are like motivational posters, like keep up those KPIs and stuff like that. You also see some very questionable items that the Happy Joy company sells. One of them you see, it looks kind of like a Teddy Ruxpin type doll, but it has like this gesturing motion with a cigarette, and it says, "It really smokes." And then you see another one with like a superhero-esque kind of person on there, and they're holding what looks like a crescent wrench, but on the other end is like a knife, and just in big letters it just says, "Knife wrench for kids." So as you guys enter this corridor, you get into a little receptionist area. And again, a very old, heavy wooden receptionist desk. It's kind of like counter height. And the only thing you see beyond that is a very old set of eye-lined eyes, cat-eye glasses, and a big gray bun. And the receptionist, almost uninterested that anyone is actually even walking up, she just with her eyes, she just kind of glances up and sees all of you. And then you hear her say, "Name and classification, please."
And Sylvester is gonna even though he came in last, he's gonna push his way past everyone and climb right up onto her desk and say, "Hi, I'm Sylvester. I'm a little boy."
And you don't even have to try that hard to do it because there's little steps that actually kind of lead up to the there's like a little section of little steps that lead up to the top of the desk, very specifically for smaller statured individuals. So yeah, at this point you can introduce yourself, give yourself the information that the receptionist has asked for, and go ahead and describe what we see, who we see walking up. So Sylvester did all of those things.
Yeah, so I started to describe him a little bit, or at least alluded to. Sylvester is about 2.5 feet tall. He is, you would look at him and you would say, "Oh, that's a marionette puppet." He's got, he's made predominantly of wood, as far as you can see. He's got classic joints at his elbows and knees that are ball joints that it's very clear that he is not made of organic material. And he's got, conspicuously, he's got strings, little red strings that come down from his shoulders, his elbows, a couple of his fingertips, and then trail off from his feet. That they just go about 2 or 3 feet and just kind of trail off of him, seemingly connected to nothing. But if you look at him for a while, you'll see those strings occasionally go taut. Straight up into the air, somebody or something is controlling him. But he's got very clearly painted on, big buggy eyes, big circles, and this big weird grin. He has kind of a jaw, almost like a nutcracker toy that will, or a ventriloquist puppet that will move up and down as he talks. Whether it matches his actual speech pattern is, you're not really sure. And he's got over his very much construct body is just a red, almost like sleeping gown, one of those Christmas robes with the white collar. It's ripped and torn and dirty, and it's almost what is that there for?
Okay.
This is Sylvester, the little boy.
And you said you're a warlock specifically?
He is a warlock, yes.
Yeah, mechanically speaking.
Mechanically speaking.
Yeah, so as you give in all this information, again, she's just dead-eyed, and then you just hear,
"Did I get a number? Oh,
wear that inside the building at all times, please.
okay."
Next.
Champ would look at the doll and flick him off the pedestal at the top of the desk, knocking him onto the ground, paying him no mind, and look at the receptionist. "Proudhoof. Champ. Proudhoof. I am the one you requested. I'm a fighter." And he is a 6'3" reindeer humanoid, muscled, scarred, with graying temples, graying goatee beard, silver tips at his antlers, meant for battle, wearing a black tunic lined with white fur, with a red half cape over one shoulder. Well, you could tell it was once very red. Now it's seen some action. It's faded, maroon in places, gray and black in others. And he was at once a member of the North Pole Defense Force. He was never meant for service for the joy of little boys and girls across the world. He was meant for defense of the people of North Pole.
Right.
And because he was always aggressive, intuitive, but also charming, and he could lead others.
Oh, okay.
And that's Champ Proudhoof. And he does not know why, being as good as he is, good-natured, looks out for people, he sees beings that are obviously from the other side of the spectrum. So he does feel a bit of superiority, yet confusion
Sure.
at seeing this.
Yeah. And then same thing, receptionist just kind of... Wear it at all times in the building, please. Next.
Before he leaves you, still standing there, I'm gonna climb on to his back, onto your antlers. Little 10-inch elf on the shelf doll. Super cute. Rosy cheeks, blue eyes, shiny, brown hair.
How much
Cute
do you
little hat.
weigh?
I'm like the wind, but
So I would barely feel you.
you wouldn't feel me at
Wow.
all. So I just climb up, and you do sense something crawling on you. But I'm gonna take a nice seat on your antlers. Hello, I'm Evie. I'm not mad. I'm gonna look back down at you. You smell unwanted. But that's okay. I'm here for my interview.
And then she looks down and...
As you hear her doing shh, you also hear Sylvester, the little boy, looking up at her and like, that was a sick bird. And he's like writing in his little notebook, you feel, and he's like mouthing it, you feel wanted. And he's like, I gotta use that.
Nice, nice. And then she... Wear it at all times in the building, please.
Evie Rogue.
Next.
So Meen-won is gonna wander a little bit off and pick up Sylvester from where he's been like knocked onto the floor. He's gonna like dust him off and then just kind of set him back on his feet, and then make his way to the desk. He's gonna like lean in, kind of like it conspiratorially. He's like, I'm Meen-won. He's so Meen-won is going to be presenting. He's a furbolg, a monk, very buff. His robes are like fraying at the edges. There are spots where his red robes are slightly less red or like have speckles of white. And if you look at him for a little bit too long, you will realize that those are the spots where blood hasn't stained his robes yet. And he's in like, I'm here as security, the kind you use preemptively. So knock on the table as he says that. And just wait for his like handout for the name tag.
You would hear Champ. Rangers just snort as he hears that.
Everyone's on the naughty list.
Feeling very secure.
The same thing, she finishes scribbling and then hands out your name tag.
Thank you.
What's your name?
You can take the elevator to the left, please. She just completely ignores the question.
What's the biggest regret in your mundane and meaningless life?
And as soon as you say that, you hear ding! And not like the sound of a ding, but like literally someone saying ding! As the elevator opens, inside that elevator, you see two gnome people. One of them is on like a stool or like some kind of little like box or something at the buttons, and then there is someone else with kind of like at like a big hand crane. And you hear the ding, and then and like you see like the gates. It's like a gated kind of kind of elevator, and then
So, like
you
the
just
door's open, but then the other inner door.
yeah, but it's just like a gate kind of thing. It's not like doors, so you can see into
can see
it.
through it.
Right. So that's why you hear the ding, but then also you hear the two gnomes. They get down and they go to open the doors, and you hear them, and they are making the sounds of the things that they're doing as they're doing it. And then the receptionist says, Mr. Happy Joy will see you now. And she just kind of gestures toward the elevator. What would you guys do now?
I'm gonna shake the antlers. Hey, reindeer, let's go. That way.
I would take 2 steps toward the elevator, but then stop and turn. You know, those toys out there aren't safe. You're mad, aren't you?
They look fun. Let's go.
They're perfectly safe. I had one of those wrench knives when I was a kid.
Wrench knife? Smoking for kids?
As you're saying that,
Mad.
Sylvester, the little boy, has snuck off and is going to light the cigarette on that doll. And just walk away using like a little cantrip.
Okay. All right. What else would we like to do? So we're just we're all getting on the elevator?
I'll go and get on the elevator. Yeah.
What else do we see? Are there any other hallways, any other doorways?
From this point, no. It's just the hallway that came in, the receptionist desk, and now this opening to the elevator. That is all you currently see in this room.
I'm going to get on the elevator, and while he's looking around, I'm going to start just pressing the door close button so I can just, take off. I'm not going to wait for him.
As you do that, like every elevator, it does nothing.
I casually stroll in. He's furiously pressing the button, and I just take my sweet ass time getting into this elevator.
As you're doing that, though, as you're furiously kind of just mashing it, one of those gnomes is just staring at you. As you're each time that you're pressing the button. So we're getting in the elevator?
Yeah.
Okay. Once you all climb in, the two gnomes, they both, shut the gates, and one of them hops up onto the little box where the buttons are. But the buttons do nothing because it's just the other guy that's. Roll me a d20. Anyone, everyone, someone.
Ooh,
no
not
one.
20.
Not 20. It takes
great,
20 minutes for you to get
Wow.
to the 5th floor of the, with one little gnome, just sweating, just.
Good thing I didn't get him that morning.
In this time, I would look up to the elf that's in my antlers. Since I'm giving you the free ride, what was your name again?
I'm Evie. Aren't I cute?
First of all, I didn't say you could get up there, but mind your own, and I guess I'll be okay with it. For now.
I'm gonna cast my mage hand and just pinch his cheek.
Oh.
I would absolutely swat it away.
All right. After 20 minutes.
20-minute elevator. Right
Ding!
there. Look at her running.
You're like,
God.
yeah, you finally get to the 5th floor of this tower, It opens up. The two gnomes, they get down. They open the door, and this must be. It's like a penthouse, right? It's the only thing. This room is the only thing on this floor. It is just this enormous room. You kind of start to notice the circumference of the actual tower, but it is easily, almost 100 feet in diameter at this point. On the farthest right wall, you see this enormous, probably 10, 15 foot tall painting on the wall. You see this man, this happy, smiling man in a purple suit holding a bunch of balloons, and he's kind of like genuinely happy and kind of like he's just kind of that classic kind of thumbs up, bunch of balloons. He looks genuinely like happy and excited. The far wall isn't a wall at all. It's actually just windows. It's just an enormous window that takes up like that whole side of the wall, and you can just see that wind. You can just see the snow and the wind. The snow is going horizontal. The wind is blowing so much, but you don't really hear too much of that. And then to the left, you see a large. Kind of like a conference table. There probably sits about 3 or 4 people on each side. Obviously, you could have one at the end, but it's just the table and one man at the very end of it, to the far, to your far left, as you're seeing it, and that man is the oldest, grayest looking man that you have ever seen. It's like Theoden in Lord of the Rings before Gandalf casted out Saruman. Wow. If anyone knows, catches that one. Or it's like David Lopan when he was in the wheelchair for Big Trouble in Little China. Okay, a couple. Still no.
Never know.
You never know. Everyone else is like, yeah. I was like,
my role is to never get the references.
Yeah.
I create art. I don't consume.
Ooh. Okay. Why don't you show me that art someday? JK. This guy's very old, wrinkly skin, long white and gray, wiry beard and hair. On the desk is a very neatly stacked little stack of parchment, like probably about 5 or 10 sheets, just a very neat little stack. Also on this table, again, what kind of looks like a conference table, there's like a little toy train, like on the table that would go around. Currently not moving, but the guy has like a plate in front of him. It's almost like he is about to eat, or even though there's no food. So what would you like to do?
I run up towards the toy train,
Mm-hmm.
and I cast the elementalism spell.
No metagaming here.
Inside the stupid joke. I cast the elementalism spell, and I am going to use the beckon air feature,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to push this train, and I'm just going to stand behind it and just I literally climb up onto the table, and I'm just pushing the toy train.
Okay.
So you straddling, or you're pushing?
I'm not on it,
Okay.
because I don't want to impede its movement, and I'm a real boy, so I have mass, and so I'm just standing behind, walking behind it.
Okay. Well, you're gonna go right up to it.
Yeah.
Right. So as you go up to it, you see, as you're walking up to it, you see it actually has a lot of food items on the train, and the train just hadn't gotten to where the guy was yet. And so as you kind of push that train, it goes around, and then it finally kind of centers right in front of him. And on this train, each of these little trains, a couple of them, they have like little pumps, like a little, like a little white pump kind of out of the tops of each one. And then the one at the front has hot dogs. So as soon as you kind of blow it around that farther around the track, he's like, he looks up and notices you, and then now sees the rest of you guys kind of still back by the elevator. It's like, yes, come in, please, have a seat. So as he invites you guys to come and sit down with him, and even though you're still right there by the train, he goes to grab his hot dogs. What would you like to do during that?
So are all the other trains, those are just condiments on them?
It's just one train, on this track,
Okay.
and that's all that's on it. So it was kind of so he kind of pushed it farther around, and it finally stopped in front of Homie the Skillet.
Champ would approach the table and slowly make his way around the gentleman to sit on the opposite side of the table so that his back is to the glass.
Right.
So that he can see everything else out in front of him.
Not to the door, yeah.
And I would sit down
Meen-won-
immediately to his right.
Okay.
Meen-won is going to grab a chair and drag it around the table and just set it ever so slightly behind him and sit there.
Behind me?
Yeah. He's seen what you were trying to do, and he's just fucking with you. He's not directly behind you. He's to your right and a little bit behind you.
Champ would not allow that. Stand your ground over there, beastie. You'll not be behind me. I won't stand for it.
Well, you're gonna
And
sit
he-
down.
Yeah, I would immediately stand back up and you can sit next to me. You'll not be behind me.
Oh, it's a fight.
So they haven't neutered you yet?
And I would look at my friend Evie. I would very carefully put you on the table. I see you're kind. I've put many of you down. That's not why I'm here today. Keep it up though and you'll see why I've got these scars. I'll tell you a story about every one.
See, when
And
I
then
run
sit
into
back
your
down.
kind, I leave without the scars. And I'm going to sit. I'm going to move my chair so that I'm not directly behind you, but I will just sit right next to you, in your elbow space.
This whole time, as that is happening, the old man is just, just completely paying zero mind to whatever you guys are doing, and he just goes to eat his hot dog.
Wait, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, grab your hot dog. I'm on the table. I want to put it to my junk area and say, look, I'm larger than life.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and grab another hot dog, and I'm gonna put it right back into his hand.
Right, and maybe so quickly that he almost didn't even realize it wasn't in his hand. And as you guys get closer and closer, you see, again, very old, very aged, scraggly long gray hair. His eyes are, you don't know if they're just gray or extremely cataract over. It's just, he visually, he is extremely old. So yeah, almost as quickly as she does that, again, almost no reaction. And then a split second later, it's back, and he's just...
When he's at his most open, I mage hand his wrist into his hand.
And he kind of grabs whatever was smashed, just kind of grabs it, and starts chewing whatever actually made it into his mouth.
And then I'll mage hand the closest pump as much force as it can muster, 10 pounds of force.
Okay. Yeah, so just whatever, it doesn't look like ketchup, and it doesn't look like mustard. And, there's no telling what it actually was. Just all over the desk or the table in front of him. And so, again, with almost out acknowledging any of you guys as you're doing this, you guys are playing, battle royale chairs. You guys are duking it out over hot dogs. He puts whatever kind of blob of hot dog in his hand down, and just kind of dusts his hands off, uses a little bit of napkin, and then he starts to grab that stack of parchment, and he starts to look at it. It's like, yes. Par for the course for each of you, based on the reports I have on each of you. This is quite expected. So as he's just kind of thumbing through sheets of paper, everyone roll me a perception check.
Wish that was the nat 20, 11.
Okay,
8.
21.
19.
nice. Sylvester being all up in his business right now, and of course, Champ trying to maintain some kind of decorum around here.
And to be honest, the fuckery going on with her humping a hot dog and him trying to choke him with another one would have ratcheted the tension down a little bit. And it, just the comedy of it would have taken my attention off of Meen-won for a moment too.
I'm still laughing so hard at the larger than life thing that I noticed nothing. He kind of gestures to the seats. There are 2 regular size seats, and then there are a couple that have a booster, basically, because he knew some smaller characters would be showing up. And he's like, let me have a look at some of your KPIs. And he's just kind of looking through it. And what you guys notice is it's reports and various, you could say maybe, your application, for example, when you...
So like a background check on
Yeah,
that?
kind of like that. So when you guys answered the call, you probably submitted some kind of form for this, and so he's looking at each of you, and there is some kind of background. Maybe someone has done some kind of recon on each of you. So he has some information on most of you, if not all of you. So again, he gestures for you guys to have a seat, and then he just keeps kind of rattling off, kind of going through some of the sheets. It's like, so, Champ, what brings you here?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure, but I'm not doing much lately. Drinking a nice hot cider from time to time, smoking my pipe, and basically watching the snow pass me by. I figured I could use something else to do, other than sharpen my blades, and I would look at Meen-won next to him. And remember how many bodies I've killed.
He kind of looks at you as you give that answer, and he kind of looks down at some of his papers. It's like, it says here. Well, what do you think of Santa?
I'll tell you this much. As much magic as in the North Pole, it's not magic that keeps that fat man jolly all the time, I'll tell you that much. But he's a good soul, he's good for the world. He brings a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. And
Nice. Nice.
It would seem as...
you don't have the spirit of Christmas in your heart. I can't help you.
Well, it seems as though your comrades have a different opinion.
The wrong one. Can't help that either.
Well, we might have some disagreements.
We, as in you and I?
Indeed. But before we get to that, kind of thumbs through another sheet and, Meen-won. What do you think of Santa?
Right bastard. Gives everyone else gifts and leaves nothing for us. Seems a bit rude to me.
Because you're fucking naughty.
He's a classist bastard and you know it. You ever notice all the higher income kids get the best gifts? They're blatant bribes. He's trying to buy off the mayor or something. I don't trust him. But how I feel about him doesn't matter. I'm only qualified for one thing, and you give me the name.
I think it will matter quite a bit in this assignment, if you will. Evie, what are your thoughts on Santa?
I think Santa is the most evil bastard to have ever lived. He's a sham. He's just all lies. He knows when you're sleeping and when you're awake. He's a pervert. He watches men shatter
That's blasphemy. You watch the mouth, doll.
You're on the naughty list you've always been, so you have nothing to say. He's a pervert.
Interesting.
He's a pedophile. He robs every home in the middle of the night, eating their food and drink without permission.
For
He
a
thinks he's
second,
above
when she
the
says
law.
that I'm on the naughty list, you see something wash across my face. Like, it brings my indignity down for a second.
Oh, knocks you down one, huh?
Yeah, before I resume my stoicism towards what she's saying, I apologize.
Santa abandoned me, and he can rot in hell.
So much hate for something so small.
And then Sylvester, tell me what you think of Santa.
Santa provides an unlocked box from which I can steal the joy and souls of little children. It's an easy path to despair.
You have a point, young man. Everyone is younger than me. Everyone is young, man. Kind of goes through. It's like, well, looking at the reports that we have on you all, it seems as though you would all be the best. Well, as he kind of looks around and sees no other papers.
You're so dark.
You're the only ones for this job. We have sent scouts out, but many have simply not returned. Others have given very vague reports. We've sent some people to Santa's home in the North Pole.
You've done what? I won't stand for it.
He kind of gently puts the papers down and kind of leans in. Did I stutter?
The NDF would have stopped you. That's why your scouts aren't returning.
Kind of whips the pages a little bit, and he says,
Sylvester, while this is happening, Sylvester climbs onto the table, over the train, right next to the old man, grabs a hot dog, and starts putting condiments on it, and is gonna bring it back to Champ.
No bun? Straight hot, just straight raw dog in it?
well, the dogs are kind of pre-prepared.
They're
so
pre-assembled.
there you go. Yeah. But for some reason there's only 6 buns, but two of them don't for some reason. He looks down at his papers again. It's like we've had the briefest of notes and reports from our scouts in the North Pole. We are aware of a certain entrance or way into Santa's very workshop. although it is very, very grave. It is located beyond a glacial crevasse, and right, and he kind of looks down. Oh, no, that's right. This crevasse is patrolled by lots of furry creatures.
If you're into that kind of thing.
It's patrolled by various flying creatures, and by enchanted holly barbed wire and candy cane mines, and something about a no man's land. Yeah.
He can get us past all that stuff.
Yeah. See. You still have your security clearance there?
Silence.
Well,
Just staring, boring, looking at you.
perhaps it may be a bit more of a challenge than it may seem. And so I was like, well, looks like some of you are in agreement to take on this challenge. For those who aren't, perhaps I have something that will encourage you. And he puts down the papers, and it's like a little side table or a little drawer or something. And then he kind of takes out these little purple bags, and then he just.
What's this?
Once Meen-won has the bag, he's going to smile a sharp smile and say, just one question. Wet work or reconnaissance?
We'll get to that. But what you have is 250 gold up front, yours to take, and another 750 upon completion. Each! Now, you could take the 250 and be on about your merry way, and then I'll just use the 750 as a bounty on your head. Or you can do the one thing that will make many people's lives and our business a little better. And that is to kill Santa Claus.